Hello, it's friendly neighborhood gamer. I'm Brian or Bear, depending on where you know me from. We're trying out something new. I figure you guys are going to be having me over to your home, running games, whether they board games or tabletop games. You need to know my face. Here it is in all its bearded beauty. Tonight, we're going to be discussing one versus many games. Essentially, one person plays the bad guy, like in a role playing game or something like that. But this is not like in a board game. So one person plays the bad guy, and the other players are going to play the good guys. Question marks. We'll see about the game. Such game would be mind management. Is the first one we're going to be talking about tonight. Again, we're not sure if the one person is the good guy or if the other player is the bad guy. I'm trying to tilt this to see if I can get that glare back. Anyways, this cool cover art. There you go. You get to see that little bit of a skull. Anyways, the cover art's cool. The game is really cool. I'm excited to talk about it. The second game we're going to speak of is Fury of Dracula. Again, one player plays Dracula. The other four players, or any combination numbers there, play the other people who are hunting him and trying to find him while Dracula's trying to get away. Great game. The last one is a bit of a stretch of a one versus many. Dead of Winter. One person amongst the group can be a traitor, and they'll be working against the group, trying to make sure that they win and that the colony doesn't. So, without further ado, we're going to get our other review and show what the games look like. Hello, the first game we're going to be covering is Mind Management, the psychic espionage game. So it's off the page games that created this game. It can play 1 to 5 players. I feel like 2 players is pretty good because you have one person playing the bad guy, person playing the good guys. I think 1 to 4, or sorry, 1 to 5 is good. Having 3 bad guys, or sorry, good guys would be kind of rough because you have 4 characters and somebody would have to control 2. But 2 good guys or 4 good guys, good numbers. Art for this is amazing. I like the art. Like you can see, this is the back of the screen here. Let me turn this around. The actual board itself has a comic strip on the back explaining some of the story. It's got a pretty interesting story. I'll let you guys figure that out. So the whole point of this is that one person's going to be playing the mind management recruiter, and the other team is going to be playing the rogue agents. And as the mind management recruiter on this side, you would be moving around and recruiting different agents, whereas the rogue agents are going to be trying to find out where you're moving. How you're going to do that as the mind manager is you have a secret map where you'll be writing with a marker where you're moving. So they don't know where you're moving on the main board because it's not there. There will be clues depending on which of these icons you touch whenever you move, and they'll start popping up on the map so that they can close the net. Fun game, following clues, trying to figure out where the bad guy. Again, I put quotation marks because I'm not really sure that the mind management recruiter is the bad guy. Like, I kind of feel like the players would be the bad guy in this situation. So, I think it's got a 8.9 on, 7.9 on Board Game Geek. Again, a sleuthing game. It's not for everybody, but it's very easy to have one person running it and the other 2 to 4 players playing it. All right, let's move on to our next one. The next discussion we're going to have is the Fury of Dracula. This is a WizKids game. This is a well-made game. I really enjoy it. I've played a couple different editions. I believe this is the 3rd edition of it. It's got a 7.4 on Board Game Geek. Again, it's a deduction game. It's a sleuthing game. You're trying to figure it out. You'll be playing as either Dracula, and it comes with minis for it, or you'll be playing as the 4 adventurers. And again, it comes with minis for all of these characters. and they're already pre-painted. They Yeah, they come pre-painted. They're pretty good minis for what you're getting. Each of these characters plays a little bit differently, um, and they have different powers, so it is a different experience every time you play. Dracula, of course, is trying to run away from these four vampire hunters across Europe into parts of uh, Transylvania, of course. Um, you can travel by sea, but you take damage because you're a vampire when you travel by sea, or you move around through the land. The players have different railways they can try and catch up with you, or they can travel by road. And they're As you'll be progressing in the game, you'll be leaving hints for the players to find, which whether it be traps like other vampires or um, all manner of things for them to find. But once they start seeing that, oh man, we're on his trail, they can start following you and trying boxing you in. There is a time line on this game. If Dracula can get certain cards to fall off the timeline, and the good guys don't stop them from maturing, he could win. And also, or if he just lasts long enough, and his fury gets to 13, he can win that way as well. Um, Great game. I would say again, it plays best at either one player playing Dracula and one player playing all of the good guys, or one player playing Dracula and then two players, so you could split the good guys up, or max count at five. Um, yeah, I really enjoyed this game. There's something about running around Europe that just is fun. Being able to look at the different maps and seeing where you are. I usually play Dracula with this game, trying to stay one step ahead of four other people, and it's entertaining listening. This goes for this, and also Mind Manager. It's entertaining to hear the other players totally getting it wrong and trying to keep a straight face while they're making very wrong guesses and heading the wrong way, and you're like, oh no, please don't go that way. Yeah, it's fun. I definitely enjoy this. All right, move on to our last one. Last but not least is Dead of Winter. It's a Crossroads game made by Plaid Hat Games. Uh, Solid game. We played a lot of this. This came out in 2014. I think it's got two expansions. One adding another colony, and then the third expansion having colony versus colony, um, which gets max player count. Each game has a max player count of 5. Putting them together gets you a max player count of 10, which is you would need somebody to run the game. Um, oh, sorry, 4 to 11. So the game runs. Yes, it comes with a cardboard knife. I will be using it as a poker. So you start off with a colony. You get dealt different characters. Here are some of the fun, cool characters you can get. One even being Sparky, the dog. We got Alexis Gray and Kodiak Colby. Um, they're better at different things. They get slightly different powers. Um, and there's a whole assortment of characters. Just in the base game, you get this the expansion adds more characters, more locations. You've got your colony that zombies will start filling up certain areas. You're going to be trying to make sure everybody's got food. You'll be getting crises that happen, and then you'll have objectives that the group needs to work together. But one of the players can be a traitor. You shuffle up your secret objectives at the beginning of the game. Um, I think it's 2 objectives per player, and then you shuffle in 1 betrayal card. So statistically, you shouldn't get a betrayer, but I mean it's a chance. So that person's secretly trying to do something that'll derail the whole colony, and they will win if they meet those conditions. You'll be having to go outside of your colony to different locations. They got gas station, school, hospital, grocery store, and you'll be trying to go to these places outside the colony. You make too much sound, and it'll attract zombies. I mean, this is a really good zombie game for working together. It's not easy. These objectives get harder and harder, and zombies will start piling up. Um, the crisis cards will be coming out, and they usually have like two choices, and you get to make the decision. And I don't, they're not always good. You got to make decisions that are sometimes bad. Um, you get the more mouths you feed, the more food you need. But certain cards will require you to have more people to do it. It's just a Sophie's choice of a game sometimes, and you're not going to win every one, especially if you get a betrayer and they're working against the colony. Um, I definitely recommend this game. It has a lot of moving parts. I wouldn't say that it's overly complicated, but it can be a complicated game. Trying to remember all the little stuff that goes on. So having someone run it, me, would be really good. Having someone keep the game moving, keep the turns moving, especially if you're going to try and combine the two copies and do the 11 player count. Um, yeah, I can't stress enough that this is a fun game. It just can't get a bit clunky with the rules if you don't have someone that doesn't know what they're doing. All right, so just a reminder, Friendly Neighborhood Gamer does provide options for coming to your home and running a game like this. I know this game is um, still in circulation. You can purchase a copy of it. I think Fury of Dracula is not in circulation, but I own it, so you could hire me to come play it for you. Um, and then Mind Management, I believe, is still currently in circulation. But we do offer coming to folks' homes or in a public setting, birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, you name it, I'll come and run a game for you. All right, well, I appreciate you guys, if you're still there, taking a look at what I've got for you. And thank you again. Good night. So that's it for this evening. We went over Dead of Winter, Mind Management, and also Fury of Dracula. Out of those three games, Fury of Dracula is not in print, so that is something that you could invite me over to run. Mind Management and Dead of Winter are both in print, but they do have a bit of a learning curve, with Mind Management being a little bit lower on that learning curve, and Dead of Winter being a little more crunchy, and maybe it would be good to have somebody running that for you. So as a gentle reminder, I am available to be hired to come run board games or tabletop RPGs, knowing the rules, knowing how they would work, and keeping those games moving so you and your friends and family have fun to a public setting and or to your home. So again, I thank you for your time and thanks for watching. Hope to see you again next week.